AITA for telling my friend she should leave her cheating husband? So here's the deal. I've known my friend, we'll call her L, for over 25 years. We've been through some serious ups and downs together, always there for each other, no matter what. I mean, she's more like family than a friend at this point. We don't hang out as often as we used to, but we try to get together every few months, catch up, the usual. About 6 months ago, we met up for dinner, just like always. It was supposed to be a casual night, good food, a couple of drinks, nothing heavy. But halfway through the meal, she suddenly drops this huge bomb on me. Her husband's been cheating on her. And I don't mean like a one-time thing or a stupid fling. She says there are 3 women. 3. I thought I misheard her at first. Who the hell has 3 side chicks? What kind of soap opera bullshit is that? I stared at her, trying to process it. She wasn't even emotional about it, like she'd come to terms with it or something. So, I asked her how she found out. Turns out she's known for a while, months, maybe even longer. She just didn't tell anyone. I couldn't believe it. What was worse was when she said one of the women was a mutual friend, like they still see each other at group events and act like nothing's wrong. I was speechless. I didn't know how to respond. I mean, what do you even say in a situation like that? I finally managed to tell her that she deserved way better than some guy who's screwing around behind her back. I thought that would be it, She'd pack her bags, get a lawyer, and leave his sorry ass. But no. She told me she wasn't planning on leaving him. She said they were working through it, like it was some kind of disagreement over who takes out the trash. I was floored. This man was cheating with 3 different women, one of them a friend, and she was just staying. I didn't push her on it. I figured it wasn't my place to tell her how to live her life, but I did say she deserved better. She shrugged it off, and we kind of awkwardly moved on to other topics. It was one of the weirdest dinners we've ever had. Fast forward to about a week ago. We hadn't really talked much about her husband since that night. I didn't bring it up, mostly because I didn't want to make her uncomfortable or come across as judgmental. We'd hang out, talk about work, family, whatever, but the whole cheating thing was like this big unspoken elephant in the room. So, we're talking on the phone one evening, just catching up like we usually do, and out of the blue, she brings it up again. She says she's been thinking about what I said, how she deserves better, and that it's been bothering her. At first I was relieved. I thought she was going to tell me she'd finally made the decision to leave him. I was ready to be the supportive friend, But nope, she completely turned it around on me. She said that I wasn't being a good friend, that by telling her she deserved better, I was judging her and making her feel like she wasn't good enough to decide what to do about her own marriage. She said that by saying what I did, I made things harder for her because she felt like I wasn't supporting her choice to stay with him. I was stunned. I had no idea that what I said had hit her that way. I told her I wasn't trying to make her feel judged. I just thought she deserved more than what she was getting from her husband. And then she goes off on me, saying if I was really her friend, I wouldn't have said anything at all, that it wasn't my place to give her advice she didn't ask for. I told her I was just being honest because I care about her, but she wasn't having it. She said maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore if I was going to make her feel bad about her choices. That pissed me off. I've been there for her through everything, and now she's ready to throw our friendship away because I told her she deserved better than a cheating husband? It didn't make any sense. I told her that, and she basically said she's not sure if she can trust me anymore, that maybe we need to take a break from each other. I was so mad I could barely talk. So, I hung up. After that, we didn't speak for days. I thought maybe she just needed time to cool off, that she'd realize I wasn't trying to hurt her, and we'd work it out like we always do. But she never called. No texts, no nothing. Honestly, it hurt. We've been through so much together, and now we're not speaking because I told her she's too good for the asshole she's married to. The thing is, I don't even feel like I was wrong. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But what was I supposed to do? Pretend like I'm cool with her being married to a guy who's cheating with multiple women? I thought that's what friends are supposed to do. Tell you the truth even when it's hard to hear. I couldn't just sit back and watch her let this guy treat her like garbage. Then, a few days ago, I ran into her at the grocery store. I didn't know she was going to be there, and I guess she didn't expect to see me either. It was one of those weird moments where we locked eyes but didn't say anything. We just sort of avoided each other and went our separate ways. It felt like I'd lost a part of my life, and I didn't even know why. I was still angry, but I was also just sad. Things came to a head last weekend. I was out with some of our mutual friends at a local bar trying to unwind when who walks in but Elle. I wasn't expecting her to be there, and I could tell she wasn't thrilled to see me either. The tension was thick. We spent the first part of the night avoiding each other, which was exhausting and honestly pretty stupid considering how long we've been friends. After a couple of drinks, I decided to just go up to her. I wasn't going to keep playing this weird game where we act like we don't know each other. I walked over and asked if we could talk. She looked at me like she didn't want to, but she agreed. I asked her straight up, "Are we really not going to talk about this? Are we just going to act like we're not friends anymore?" She was quiet for a second, and then basically unloaded on me. She said I had no idea what it's like to be in her shoes, that I don't understand what it's like to love someone even when they've hurt you. She said that just because her husband cheated doesn't mean she doesn't still care about him, and that I was making things harder for her by telling her what to do. I was pissed off again. I told her that it wasn't about me telling her what to do. It was about me not wanting to see her waste her life with someone who doesn't respect her. She said I don't know what's best for her, and that I need to back off and stop acting like I'm better than her just because my life looks different. We ended up yelling at each other in the middle of the bar. She stormed out, and I just stood there, feeling like an idiot while everyone stared at me. So, now we're at this point where I have no idea if we're still friends or not. We haven't spoken since that night at the bar, and I don't know if we ever will again. I keep replaying everything in my head, wondering if I really was wrong for telling her she should leave him. But at the same time, I don't regret it. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just wanted her to realize she deserves more than some cheating asshole. I miss her, though. It feels like I've lost someone who's been a huge part of my life, all because I cared too much. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I shouldn't have cared so much. AITA for telling her she should leave? Should I have just kept my mouth shut and let her deal with it on her own? Update. I didn't expect this many responses, and honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the opinions here. A lot of people think I should have just let her make her own decisions, and I get that. But it's hard to watch someone you care about make choices you know are going to hurt them. Anyway, I decided to reach out to her. I texted her and asked if we could talk in person. No yelling, just an actual conversation. She agreed, which I wasn't sure she would. We met up at a park. Neutral territory, I guess. It was awkward as hell at first. I apologized for making her feel like I was judging her, and she seemed to appreciate that, but she didn't back down either. She told me she's made her choice to stay with her husband, and she doesn't need me, or anyone, telling her otherwise. She said that if I want to be her friend, I have to respect that. I told her I hear her, but that it's hard for me to watch her stay in a situation that I don't think is good for her. She said that's her problem, not mine. We left it at that. I don't know if we're good or not. Things are definitely different now. It's been a few weeks since we had that conversation, and I've come to terms with the fact that our friendship isn't going to be the same. We still talk here and there, but it's not like it used to be. I don't know if it'll ever go back to the way it was. She's still with her husband, and I'm still struggling to accept it. Maybe I need to just let go. I don't know. All I know is, I don't want to lose her, but I also don't want to keep pretending like everything's okay when it's not. Am I still the asshole for saying something?